Hi, welcome back to my channel, Cloud Soldier. My name is Cash. So in this video, we will talk about virtual network peering. So what we'll do is, say for example, we have one VNet which is in UK South, and we have one VNet which is in a UK West, or you can say Europe or whatever, so different region. By default, say for example, we have got a virtual machine here and a virtual machine here, and we want to, so this virtual machine communicate with this machine. By default it's not allowed because this is a different region, both region. So we have to do peering to get this working. So in this lab, what we'll do, so we create this machine, create Linux machine VM. Also we create Linux machine VM here in a different region, and we will install Nginx, and we will use a curl command to access that web browser. And before we do, so first step we do the first step we do the first step we create these two machines, create Nginx, and then we do the pairing, and then we do run the command to make sure there's a communication there. Okay, so let's start. So if I log into my account, okay, let's create a resource. Let's create a virtual machine. Get virtual machine, and we call it, say, cache rg1, and oops, sorry. So we create cache rg1, okay, and we call the virtual machine, say, cache vm01, and this is in the UK South. Just leave it like this, no availability zone. We don't need any redundancy. Same, we keep the same image, and it's a B1S for Linux. We use password Azure I call it whatever we want, LINUXUSER PASS PASSW0RD123 exclamation mark. And okay, so we leave port 22 disks, just leave as a default networking. So this will create a we can call it this will create this VNet, cache VM10 VNet. We leave it as default, and next, and don't remember disable advanced tags and recreate. Right, so let me open a duplicate of this and sign with this one again. Okay, and we create another virtual machine, so we don't have to use, because it isn't, we have to create this virtual machine in a different region and a different VNet mask. So we create a new, so we can call it test rg1 resource group, and we call it machine test vm01. Let's try, say, East US, or let's try North, close by, say North Europe. North Europe, and no infrastructure, and that size is fine. Password, we call it username first, LINUXUSER PASSWORD123 exclamation mark, PASSWORD123 exclamation mark, and allow port 22, that's fine. Disks, networking, right? So it has created its own network, that's fine. Management, go to monitoring, disable that, and advanced tags, create and create. So this will take time. So if you go back to first one, oops, we didn't create it. What was that? Let's try create that. So we didn't click create. Okay, so it's going to create both machines. So this is creating. And this is creating. Right. So if you go back to this machine now, the one we created, test v1, so the resource group is test rg1, and it is in North Europe, and that's a different virtual network, and the IP address is 10.0.0.4. Right. And if we go to this resource, and we can see is cache rg1, it is in UK South, so it's got the same IP, because it's the same subnet we used. It will give us same IP address, but it's a different virtual network. You can see the cache VM01 VNet. So let's log on to these machines. So if I go to my terminal and clear that, and let's copy the IP address and go to SSH Linux user add enter password SSW0RD123. Let's try again. Linux user right, so this is logged in. Now we go to our second machine and we copy that public IP address and open a new terminal. So new terminal. New terminal here. So if I do SSH Linux user at enter and password PSSWORD123 enter. Right, so we can see it's in a different this machine is logged on, but it's a different network. So if I do curl http :/ the IP address of second machine, which is in North Europe, curl http, so it is not connecting. So the reason is that because they are two different networks. Now what we can do, so we go to our first machine and do a pairing. So if you go search here, pairing, pair, actually my apologies, if you go to this virtual network and go to pairings and we add pairing, we call, right, before we do that, you know that I was showing you that it not give me a curl. First we need to have a, so this command is to like a heartbeat or a communication to a web server, but we have not installed web server yet. So we go back to other machine and install web server. So we do sudo apt update. So this is like to update your libraries and index. Shouldn't take long. Done. So we install nginx, sudo apt install nginx. Yes. Right, so if we go back to our first machine, up arrow, still not getting it because the VNet is in different region. So what we can do, we add a pairing. So like I said before, you go to your virtual machine and go to VNet, and VNet you select this pairing and add pairing, and we call it, so our first network is cache VM01 VNet 2, you can say cache VNet VM01 VNet 2, what was it, test VNet, which is in a different region. Yeah, and we allow all this. This is fine. So same thing we have to do in reverse, so from that VNet to that one. So test VNet to cache VNet. Yeah, and right, we need to select our virtual network first. So cache one. Oh, sorry, because we are going from cache to the other one, test of virtual network space. Right, so there's an issue because, you know, we should have changed our address space in our second VM machine which we created in North Europe. So I've deleted that. Let's create again. It shouldn't take long. So if you go back to virtual machine, create resource, virtual machine. So we got already is cleared, and create virtual machine, Azure virtual machine, and we create a new, say call it test RG. Click OK. We call it test VM1, and we choose say North Europe. Availability zone no, and same as it is. Username, use password. So linux ux ucr disk networking. Now you can see we got, so we can create new, and we call it test vnet, and we change the octet here to 1, and subnet name we can call it default, and address range we can give 10.1.0.0/24. yeah, click OK, and next management monitoring, disable that, and review and create. It's validating, just create that, and validation pass. So it's creating now. Let's come back when it's done. Okay, and now I'm going to resource. That was quick, so copy that, and just cancel, clear this one machine. So what we do, ssh linux user at enter EASSWORD 1 2 3 enter. Okay, now we do sudo, we need to install this nginx. Right, this is done. Now we install our nginx. Sudo apt install nginx. Done. What? Sudo apt install nginx didn't install. Unable to look is nginx. Sudo app update. Right, and sudo apt install nginx. Right, so I'm logged on to my test machine, which is in North Europe. As you can see, the IP address of this 10.1.04, and for this machine, which is in UK South, 10.0.0.4. Let's install nginx on this. So we do, what do you call it, sudo apt update. Right, and if we try to install sudo apt install nginx. It's my bad, it's wrong spelling. So we do sudo update nginx. Okay, enter, done. So now to test it, is this web server working fine? What we can do, right, so what we can do, if we go to copy that, and obviously we need to, if you copy that, it's not going to work because we need to allow a inbound port rule, so it's not going to work. So let's go to here, so you can see that. If we can continue, and now if I go to networking and create a inbound rule, so allow port 80 to this tag, service tag, any, and we go to custom and HTTP, click add. You just go to room, so it did create it, and that's fine. So if I go to site and refresh it, so if I copy again, just click that, no, copy again, site cannot be reached. Yep, so it's working now. So the nginx is working fine on test viewer. Now what we need to do, just to see, can we connect from our machine which is in UK South to in North Europe. So we do, because we've got a web server installed here, so we can do the curl command, HTTP, and the IP address is of this machine is 10104. 10104. So it is trying and is searching. So obviously it's not gonna work. So what we'll do, while this is trying, I know we need to do a pairing of this. So we go to virtual network of this one and do pairing, add pairing. We call it cache VM01 to cache VNet to test VNet, and select the virtual network which is test VNet. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Actually, we are in a second machine. We can do either from this one. So we are in this test VM1, so we can choose this test VNet. Sorry. Okay, and then what we can do, so we did from cache to test. We should select this way. Test VNet to cache VNet, and this one opposite, cache VNet to test VNet, and we select So was the test VNet? Yes, fine. And test VNet, fine. Yeah. So if we click adding a virtual pairing network, so both sides. So is it done? Is it doing it? Yep, done. So you can see that cache VNet to test VNet is fully synchronized. Remote virtual, this one. Yeah, so if I go back to, and so it was failed. Let's try again now. Hey, it's working. So you see, we can access the web server which is in North Europe, and our machine was in UK South. I hope this is informative for you guys, and see you in the next video. Thank you very much.